Yo, what is up, YouTube?
Yo,
We are back once again, baby. It's two grown men, 7879, the dynamic duo that you know.
What's up?
Back in the building, man.
What's good? It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute, man.
It's been a minute, man.
Work schedules is hectic.
Yeah,
They're hectic out here.
It's definitely been rough for me. You know, well, we both work in the retail environment, and people got the tax money burning holes in their pockets, so they running through.
Everybody getting ribeyes.
They running
ribeyes.
They running through like crazy. They coming through like, yo, man, remember I came here like 2 months ago and they wanted like $800 for me to get the iPhone 10?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I remember that. How much if I get two of them? Like, damn, homie. You know what I mean? You know what's crazy about it? How much if I get two of them? Okay, it's going to be over $1,600. Okay, they pull out the H&R Block envelope.
Right.
Throw out all the cash. And then when they get the phone, hey, can you help me set up Uber so I can get home?
Priorities. That's priorities right there.
Yeah.
Priorities.
Anyway, man, what we got on deck today, man? What we got on deck?
We got something special today, man.
Yeah.
We got something special, man. Black Panther. We are going to do a spoilerific Black Panther review.
Can you even say spoilers? Like everybody's saying.
Yeah, well,
everybody saw it.
You got those few people out there that didn't see it yet. I don't know why.
I know y'all saw it.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, we know y'all saw it. We know y'all saw it. But I just gotta say spoilers just to say spoilers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely, man. We're gonna jump into this Black Panther review, man. So roll with us.
Yes, sir. Black Panther at this point, when did it come out? What day? February 16th?
16th. Yep.
Okay. So in that time, and I'm pretty sure this is globally, 700 million, taken. It's got to be globally.
That's nuts.
It's crazy. It's going to hit $1 billion, and you know what? It brings an interesting question. It's like, if that many people appreciate it, if that many people want to see it and everything, there's no way it can be bad.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like, I agree. It's a great movie. I saw it more than once. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome movie.
Like,
I'm going to see it again. That would be my third time seeing it.
I went back and I saw it, and my wife actually enjoyed it from start to finish. When the movie was over, she was like, I really liked it. You know what I mean? Me and the kids went and saw it. And just the impact of the film in general, what you think as far as how people are accepting the movie?
It's ridiculous, man. It's like overwhelmingly good. And prior to actually seeing it, I saw the hype. You know what I mean? Like, I saw how everybody was reacted to it. I saw everybody, dressing up in the dashikis and, just some of the extra over the top stuff that people were doing just to go see a movie. You know what I mean? And I'm like, all right, why this movie? Like, why this movie? You know what I'm saying? That's what just kept playing in my head, which made me but really skeptical once I went in. You know what I mean?
Really?
So once I got there, I'm there like this. You know what I mean? Like, all right, y'all gonna have to blow me away, because you know what I'm saying? With all the stuff preceding me actually going to see the movie, it was over the top. You know what I mean? For me. But then once I saw the movie and started feeling the feelings that I felt, and I promise, in the first 15-20 minutes, I was already like, yo, like, this movie is already dope. Like, it's already getting a dope rating for me. They have to mess it up. You know what I mean? They have to mess it up from here on. You know what I mean? And it was just like, just seeing black people just in those circles. Like, I've never seen the opening scene is like kind of like some espionage type stuff. You know what I mean? Like, where they're sending spies here, and then he got a spy looking after the other spy. I'm like, I've never seen anything like this with a mainly black cast. I've never. I don't recall seeing anything like that.
I get it. It was dope. I thought it was. I'm like, okay, what's going on?
Right.
Because I'm like, okay, Black Panther, you're seeing Wakanda, everything in the trailer and all this stuff. All this Wakanda. And then you open up in Oakland.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you open up in Oakland and I'm like, what is going on?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, these dudes got guns out, whatever. And then, you know, the women show up and stuff. And it's like, what is happening? You
Like,
know what I'm saying?
you like, did I walk into the wrong Black Panther movie?
Like, what is happening? You know what I mean? But I'll tell you what was the draw for me. You know what I mean? Like, when I heard, you know, and this was a while ago, they was like, yeah, they're making a Black Panther movie. And I read that Ryan Coogler was going to be the director. I was sold right there. You know what I mean? If you know who Ryan Coogler is, which you definitely know now. If you didn't know, you definitely know who he is now.
You didn't know before, you know now.
You know now, but he directed Fruitvale Station, he directed Creed. Both those movies are great. I thought Creed should have been movie of the year when it came out. You know what I mean? Like, he definitely should have got recognized for that. So I was sold on the gate, you know what I mean, from that. And one of the issues that I have with Marvel movies, and it's just me in general, I don't like when comedy undercuts the action.
Right.
It just comes off as unauthentic to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, I'll be straight up with you. Like, I don't like Iron Man. You know that. I don't like Robert Downey.
I do.
I don't like Iron Man. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, all this joking, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to be some regular person and then you turn around a corner and this giant alien monster is coming out of a wormhole tearing up the city and you cracking jokes about it. Like, there's nothing funny about that. Like, I like, you know, serious. And I was just like, I can't see Ryan Coogler doing that formula in a Marvel movie. Right. You know what I mean? There's it's in there.
It definitely is in there, but it's relatable and it's not out of place.
Right. You know and that's the thing. It's not out of place at all. It's like, if there's a comedic moment, like, it's just meant to be comedic in that scene. Right. It's not like it's a whole bunch of just this catastrophe. Right. You know what I'm saying?
The comedy is definitely in a bubble.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, right. It's in a bubble, and you know, that's dope. The cast of the movie. You know what I mean?
I can honestly say, and this is something I was thinking about after the second time I watched it. Usually in movies, especially movies this big, you have characters that you can pluck from the script and it wouldn't change the overall movie. I don't think there's a single character in this movie that you could just pluck from the script and the same stuff will happen. Not a single character. No. That I can think of. Not a single character.
No.
I don't think there's a single character in this movie. Right. There's no throwaway characters in this movie, and I think that is brilliant writing. Yeah. Brilliant writing. Right. For you to make every character that you highlight in the movie matter to the point where if you take them from the script, the movie will be different. I'm not drastically different, but the movie will be different. Yeah. Then that's great. Yeah. Right?
Everybody did their thing. Everybody had a huge impact. And this is, you know, a little off the rails, but as far as like the cast, like some people complain that it's not a diverse cast. You know what I mean? But it's like, okay, if you want to get to the meat of it, right? You know what I'm saying? If you want to talk about true diversity, it might be the most diverse movie out there, right? Because I mean, you have, you know, African Americans, you know what I mean? Like, you have Chadwick Boseman and Michael B. Jordan, right? You know what I mean? Like, what's his name? The guy that Anthony Serkis is that his name? Serkis.
I know Serkis.
That was Claw.
Name. Yeah,
he's from the UK.
Yo,
you know, what
and he had so much fun in this movie. Yo.
Did he? So. He made a ring, right? Like these cats is from the UK. You know what I mean? A lot of them, like I said, besides Chadwick and Michael B., you know, are from overseas. So like, as far as you saying that it's not diverse,
but you know that's not what they're looking at.
No, it's too many brown. It's too many black faces. Too many black faces. Too many brown faces. Speaking of those faces too, they were absolutely beautiful. Yeah. You know what I mean? They were absolutely beautiful. Man. And I've said it, like, you know, it's a comic book movie. You know, as far as awards and accolades and stuff, they don't take comic book movies seriously. No, you know what I mean? They, for the most part, they say they're for kids. You know what I mean? It's just for fun. They don't take them seriously. If they don't recognize the movie for anything, it has to be, for me at least, for the costume design. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, like that, that has to, because they took that seriously. Like, they went and traveled, and all of the costumes are, you know, they're all derived from actual cultures and everything. Like it's so dope. Like they look amazing doing it. Like I said, especially the women. The women killed it.
They killed it in this movie, man. They killed it.
Yeah, they
like
absolutely
really
killed
it was like this was the women of the Black Panther universe featuring Black Panther. You know what I mean? Because the movie was more centered around the female cast, and this is not a gripe at all. Like they were awesome in this movie, man. Definitely. They were awesome. Definitely. You know what I mean? Like these characters you never heard of before, never seen before, made you instantly love them the first time you saw them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Shuri. Oh my God.
She was dope. You know, Nakia, of course, Okoye, whatever, like
dope.
I can't wait to see them again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I can't wait to see them again.
I can't wait to see Shuri in a room with Bruce Banner and Tony Stark.
Yeah, she gonna
because you know they're gonna immediately underestimate her. Well, Tony will, and she's gonna smash it. Yeah, and it's gonna be so funny. Yeah, they gotta have that moment. You know
that'd be dope, man. I will say, you know, as good as this movie is, you know, and it made me want to go and see it again and everything, and you know, now I feel like if I come across somebody and they're like, "Nah, I didn't see it," like I want to be like, "Let's go."
Right. You know I will pay for the ticket.
Like I'll watch it again.
I'll pay for the ticket.
Yep. Let's go. With that being said, to me, I wouldn't say it's the best Marvel movie.
No.
You know what I mean? If I had to pick one movie, if I was stuck somewhere and they said, "Yo, you got one Marvel film,"
I think I already know what you're about to say.
Oh, it's Blade 2. It's Blade 2 all day long.
Blade 2. Blade 2 1. That would be my top. And then next would be not Civil War, but Winter Soldier. I thoroughly enjoyed that movie.
That was dope too. Now the thing is, I like Blade 2 so much because the action was just like unprecedented. I could see what was happening, all the fights and everything. Right. And then that also leads me to as far as some people are complaining like, oh, like you forgot Wesley Snipes was in a Marvel movie. You forgot that Wesley Snipes is a black superhero. Right. You know what I mean? And like, I did not forget that Wesley Snipes was in the movie. I definitely didn't forget. Not. But what I will say, and then we talked about it, you know, Blade is a black superhero, but Blade is not a black film. Right. And I think that's what draw more people about it. Like, if the Blade character was set in Africa and you know, he took on these African traditions and African garb while he was killing vampires. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it might have had that same type of impact that Black Panther
it's more
has.
Of a
it's
from a cultural standpoint.
It's right. From a cultural standpoint. Like Wesley Snipes Blade is a vampire hunter that just happened to be a black guy. You know what I mean? Like they don't acknowledge his blackness in the films at all. You know,
except for that one time.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, if one time, you know what I mean? Like, there's some parts where it's like, okay, that's the black in him. You know what I mean? Right. When he gets the Ducati and he slides and he stops it next to his car and he looks at his car and he blows like a little kiss at his car. You know what I'm saying? Like,
or homeboy asks, can you blush?
Yeah, and he slapped him up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the Nino Brown came out. You know what I'm saying? When he did that. But Blade is not a black movie. You know what I mean? Like, Black Panther is a black movie. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And people think what they want to about me. Like I told Keenan when we walked out of that theater, I was like, I want to go to Africa. You know what I mean? Like when we got home, I'm like, I'm looking up like how much dough I need to go to Africa. Right. You know what I'm saying? We was at my mother-in-law's last night. Kind of feeling. We was at my mother-in-law's last night, you know, for dinner. And I told her, I said, we need to go to Africa. You know what I mean? Like the family, like we need to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to go. And I think if the movie can have that type of impact, then it's amazing. And people got to stop saying that anything is just. You can't decide what's just for someone else. When you say, oh, it's just a movie, hell with that. Right. Yeah, hell with that. Right. You know, I'm 38 years old. I could vividly remember the movie The Never Ending Story. Yeah. All right. And when that dude, Atreyu, was walking through the swamps of sadness with his horse, and then he stopped and the horse wouldn't move. And he's like, come on. And he's pulling and then he notices that the horse is sinking.
Yo, that's a hard part.
And he's pulling, and the horse sinks and dies.
Yeah.
Like, that shit stuck with me to this day. So that was not just a movie.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and, you know, Chadwick Boseman told a story about these two kids that had cancer.
Yeah.
That was like, you know, they didn't get to see the movie, but they were like trying to hold on. He said the parents and everything told him that they were trying to hold on to just to see the movie. You know what I mean? So it's huge. So I'm saying that it's just a movie. You can't define what something is just for someone else.
I honestly was saying that myself. You know what I mean? Before seeing the movie. Remember, I told you I was like, I went in there and I was like, man, all right, y'all gonna have to show me something. You know what I mean? For all this hype that's going on. But once I saw the movie, like, yeah, it's not just a movie. Like, just the social commentary that's in the movie, you know what I mean, that you have to unpack. Like, it's a lot of stuff in this movie that you have to really, like, think about and unpack. It's not just a superhero movie. It's not just a bunch of guns and explosions and beating people up. You know what I mean? Like, the political aspects of this movie, and it's not like, that's the other part of it. It's not trying to make you think anything. You know what I mean? It's just presenting ideas to you and allowing you to choose a side or choose, you know, what you would like, what you want to believe. You know what I mean? Like, it's just throwing a lot of ideas out there to you, because you got Nakia that's like, you know, we need to share our resources with the rest of the world. You know what I mean? She never said, you know, who in the world. She just said there's a lot of people that's suffering. We need to share our resources. You know what I mean?
Right.
Then you have the traditional aspect where it's like, we got to stay hidden in order to stay Wakanda. You know what I mean? Like, and then you got Michael B. Jordan's side. You got, you know, Killmonger's side. And he's like, we need to arm all the oppressed so we can overthrow the world. You know what I mean? And start the world over. There's a lot of different ideas in there that they're just showing you, like, here, look, here's one side, here's another possible way. You know what I mean? And at the end of it, he goes his own way. You know what I mean? Which is really, if you think about it, an amalgamation of all of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's been a big discussion as far as the Killmonger character. Like,
which, by the way,
right? Was he right? You know what I'm saying?
Dope villain.
And his thinking. I mean, he was dope. You know what I'm saying? He was cool. You know, I like Michael B. Jordan. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let's say Fruitvale, Creed, The
Fantastic
Wire.
Four, not so much.
The Wire. You know what I mean? I didn't see that. Yeah, I forgot about that.
I did. It was awful.
Yeah, I didn't see that. Yeah.
It was so bad.
But I say, you know, that was Wallace and The Wire. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you know, definitely did his thing in the movie and stuff. But when people talking about, like, you know, was he right? Like, it brought up an interesting question, like, you know, if people from Africa were stolen from Africa. Right. And brought over, you know, here as slaves. And if there was such a place as Wakanda that they just, you know, let it happen. Like, didn't do anything about it. You know what I mean? And that's where it was real powerful at that second scene where they showed out what happened in Oakland. And, you know, he's telling T'Chaka, like, yo, like, they're underprivileged. They're being over-policed and thrown in jail. You know, they don't have a chance out here. Right. And they decided, like, nah, you know what I mean? Like, they was going to take him back. Who knows what they was going to do to him. Right. And left the kid there. You know what I mean? So it's like, the one thing that trips me out is, like, it's always an underlying cause that made someone do something bad. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't buy that a lot of times. Right. Because, you know, a lot of times it seems forced. Killmonger had a very bad situation where it's like, okay, you're a little kid, you come in the house and your pops is murked out. Right. You know what I mean? And they're like assuming, like, okay, they didn't have to tell that story, but, like, yeah, he had to go to some type of foster care or something. Right. You know what I'm saying? But
who knows what happened to him after that?
But to go through that, to see your father's dead body, you know, to go through foster care, whatever system he had to go through in Oakland, I guarantee it's not good. You know what I mean? But then to become an MIT graduate and go to, you know, join the military and become this black op, you know, super soldier or whatever, he knows that what he was going to do was not right. He knows. You don't graduate from MIT and then say, I'm going to take over I'm going to empower people by force He even said, like, we're going to kill these people and kill the children. The MIT graduates don't say that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, no, he wasn't right. He wasn't right, dog. You cannot graduate from MIT.
I'm not saying
and then turn to like a dictator,
right.
like a dictator type murder. Like,
I don't agree with that.
Murder.
I don't agree with that, because I'm not saying that he was right. I'm not agreeing with that or disagreeing with that. I'm saying that I don't believe just because MIT, let's say that's just information.
Yeah, but you got to be sophisticated. You got to but you got to be sophisticated enough to attain that knowledge.
No, you don't.
Why not?
People can attain knowledge all the time and not have the wisdom to use it, right?
Come on, dog.
That's why they're separate.
I mean, not to use it right, but like to have the will, to go through with that.
I mean, but if you have your own motives from the beginning.
But he's a kid. You know what I mean? Like, you change your mind every day.
The kid didn't get into MIT.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? The adult got to MIT. So
right.
if that drove you all that way, and you're like, all right, this is your plan. This is what you see. You're like, I'm gonna make this happen. No matter what, I'm gonna make this happen. You're gonna do everything you need to do to get to that point. And if going to MIT is part of that, then that's not gonna change who you are. Or change what your plan is.
Why?
If that's what you see is the best way to go, you know what I mean? Or if that's what you think is the best way to change the world the way it needs to be changed, it doesn't matter where you go. Like, that's just information.
Sure
it's just an institution of information. It's not an institution of culture.
I give you an example. So when I was in the Army and I was at basic training, I met this cat from Austin, Texas. You know what I mean? Who told me that if I came to his house in Austin, Texas, his pops would shoot me down before I got to the steps. All right, now this was in '98. You know what I'm saying? But when we got finished with boot camp and everything, and we was in AIT together, we ended up at Fort Bragg together. You know what I mean? He still didn't know all the way better, but he told me that I was the coolest colored dude he had ever met. You know what I mean? I had never been called colored. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know how to take it. I'm like, bro, don't use that. That's crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but he said I was the coolest colored dude that he ever met. You know what I mean? Now, whatever his motive was, to go into the Army, you know what I mean, that, he was going to have access to all these guns and all this stuff. The fact that he had a black and we had a Hispanic roommate, you know what I mean? He changed. He came to Camden. You know what I'm saying? Like, he met my moms and he met everybody. He changed. You know what I mean? So, like, that's a long journey, you know what I'm saying, to have the same mindset. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure, you know what I'm saying, when you was 10, you know what I'm saying, you had an idea of what you were going to be at. Is that where you are right now? You still got time. Not. You got time.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You got time. But I'm just like, I found it a little far-fetched that a kid in that situation that would go through
just
whatever he went through
that long
to where if he was a part of the system and all of this and was able to carry it out to that extent, let alone the fact that he was able to just KO the fucking Black Panther, you know what I'm saying? Like, let alone that, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, like, the fact that we can even have that type of discussion and talk about that just tells a tale of how great the movie is.
Yeah,
you know what
absolutely.
I mean? It's a movie for everybody.
None of the other Marvel villains have I ever tried to dissect like that. You know what I mean? None of them. And I like Loki. Like, I thoroughly enjoy Loki.
He's not even a villain anymore.
He's like here now. You know what I mean? But
yeah, he just.
I mean, from the beginning though, like, he was a very entertaining villain. You know what I mean? But it was like more. It wasn't because of his motives. It wasn't because of anything like that. It was because of his charisma. You know what I mean? He's a very charismatic villain. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Which is what people really like about him, because you see Loki on screen and you want to see more of Loki because he's that kind of draw. Yeah. But with this guy, it's like, never once have I rooted for Loki. You know what I mean? Never once have I thought, well, maybe Loki's right. You know what I mean? Maybe Loki has a good reason for doing what he's doing. But this guy right here, I was like, you know what I mean? Like, it made me question myself through the movie. Like, damn, like,
Yeah, but I mean,
he's got a couple of good points.
He had points. He definitely had
I mean?
points, and they, I think they wrote it in that way where it's like, it's point. You know what I mean? Like, yo, like you got black people all over the world suffering, and y'all just over here relaxing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like y'all over here relaxing. What's good? You know what I mean? So I said it definitely makes sense, and it's great that you can have those type of discussions about, you know, a superhero movie at the core. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, a superhero movie.
Right.
I hope that with the success of this film and everything, that like Black Panther 2 has absolutely no chance. You know what I mean? Because it's like you're gonna have to, or it might even be Infinity War might not have a chance. Let's say Infinity War comes out and it does 300 million in the first weekend. It might look like a flop now. It might look like a flop.
Right, because this is...
You know what I'm saying? Like, the expectations are going to be so high because
DC.
of what this movie.
Poor DC.
Nobody care about DC.
That's why I'm saying poor DC.
Nobody care about them. They all right. Long as they're doing the animated movies.
Yeah, they got the animated movies on lock.
Yeah, they good.
They got that on lock. But
they good,
the feature, don't. Yeah. Just stay out of Marvel way, you know. Like, Marvel.
Yeah, they got that on. Yeah, they got that on lock, man. Stick to the DVD home releases. They're awesome.
Yeah,
you know
they're
what
dope.
I'm saying?
They're dope.
Stick to that. Yeah. I don't know if if
Marvel can take Black Panther and turn it into a movie that outdoes your Justice League movie in the first week. Y'all need to just stay out the way. Y'all need to just stay out the way.
That's just a bad movie, though.
That's what I'm saying. If you couldn't make a good movie out of all of your top tier characters in one movie, you couldn't make a good movie out of that. They couldn't make a good movie out of Batman versus Superman, which is amazing. That takes talent. That takes talent.
They screwed that up.
Because usually you can just throw them in a movie together. And it's gonna break the bank. You know what I mean? They couldn't even do that right. That's
a shame, man. So I mean, if it's like, I can't even say if you haven't seen Black Panther. If you're watching this,
you had to have seen Black Panther.
You've seen it, man. So I mean, get in the comments. You know, what did you guys think about the movie?
Yeah, talk to us, man.
Anything that you took away from it? You know. Did you like it at all?
Right.
I mean, because I said it is, to me, it's not without its flaws. You know what I mean? It's a good movie, no doubt about it. You know what I mean? But it's just, you know, I would say it's the first, and it's a lot of words thrown in there. It's the first big budget black superhero film that's socially conscious. You know what I mean? That has some socially conscious undertones in it. Yep. You know what I mean? And it has great music. I've been listening to the score like crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He doesn't like the actual the Kendrick Lamar soundtrack.
No, I don't.
I like
I don't listen to the soundtrack. I don't like that. I don't like his voice. I don't listen to that's just me. I've been listening to the score. So all of the background music you heard in the movie, I've been listening to that. Is awesome.
Yeah, it's definitely awesome. Definitely gives you the feels when you're in the theater, and you know, they're vibing out to some of the music, some of the tracks, man. It's great. Definitely, man. It's awesome.
Well, yeah, get at us, man. You know, if you agree, like, you know what I mean, subscribe. If you're not, you know what I mean,
let us know why. Jump in the comment section and let us know why.
That's it, man.
Talk to us. We'll talk back.
Yeah, definitely, man.
But like we always say, man, without you, there's no two, man. We out of here, baby.